In today's session, we are going to discuss the three purposes of assessment, namely assessment of learning, assessment for learning, and assessment as learning. So to further understand the three purposes of assessment, let's have it one by one. Let's first discuss about the assessment of learning or AOL. Assessment of learning is also known as the assessment ng natutunan or assessment ng pagkatuto. It is a summative type of assessment used by the teacher to determine what the students have learned in a unit or chapter. Assessment of learning is done at the end of every unit or chapter to certify the students' competence. Examples of these are mastery test, periodical test, achievement test, or in college, prelim, midterm, semi-final, and final.
So assessment for learning enables teachers to adapt their instruction based on facts about students' knowledge, abilities, and understanding. It is also teachers provide students feedback on their academic progress and suggestions for improvement.
Assessment as it occurs when students are their own assessors. Students monitor their own learning, ask questions, and use a range of strategies to decide what they know and can do. And it is also how to use assessment for new learning. So the role of this assessment as is where a learner takes responsibility for their own learning and asks questions about their learning and the learning process and explores how to improve. So the assessment as is also a known of a formative assessment. So it is actively involves student reflection on learning and monitoring of his or her own progress. And it also supports students in critically analyzing learning related to a curricular outcomes, it is student driven with teacher guidance and occurs throughout the learning process.
Example of assessment of the teacher wants her students to make any presentation that correlates to what they are tackled during the discussion. And example of assessment for a student know what his or her capability in answering or drawing the presentation or assessment and to measure the learnings they gain. And example of assessment as a guide or a kind of recap for each students that they are able to know what they gain and what they gain a prior learning.
Good day everyone. So today I will discuss about the relationship of test, measurement, assessment, and evaluation. So before the discussion of the teacher will do the testing or test. So a test is a formal systematic procedure for gathering information. It is a tool comprised of a set of questions administered during a fixed period of time under comparable condition of all students. So after the test or testing, there will be a measurement. So a measurement is a quantitative description of an object, characteristic, or attribute. So the teacher will measure the particular elements of learning like the student readiness to learn, recall of facts, demonstrate of specific skills, or the ability to analyze and solve applied problems. They use tools or instruments like tests, oral presentations, written reports, portfolios, and rubrics to obtain permanent information. So among these, tests are the most pervasive. So after that, the teacher will give the proper discussion to the students to clarify their informations. So after the proper discussion, the teacher will give the assessment. So the assessment is a process of gathering evidence of students' performance over a period of time to determine learning and mastery of skills, or such evidence of learning can take the form of dialogue records, journals, written works, portfolios, tests, and other learning tests. So the overall goal of the assessment is to improve students' learning and provide students, parents, and teachers with reliable information regarding students' progress and extent of attainment of the expected learning outcomes. So after that, the teacher will give the evaluation. So evaluation is originate from the root word value, or so when we evaluate, we expected our process to give information regarding the worth, appropriateness, goodness, validity, and legality of something for which a reliable measurement has been made. It is a process designed to provide information that will help us to make a judgment about a particular situation. So the relationship of test, measurement, assessment, and evaluation, it is the process in which the teacher do for the student to learn and to achieve the learning objectives of the curriculum. And that will be all. Thank you.